Tumor Tales. All right, it's Thursday morning. I am back in the cold tundra. You can see there we have this. We call it a pond, but I call it the swamp in our backyard. And we do this. I got to get out here this weekend. We do this big sheet of ice. Put the hockey nets out there with hopes that our kids will sometimes go out there, and they don't. They're 6. They have no interest, which I guess I'm fine with. Because hockey's like really time consuming and expensive. So selfishly, I'll go shoot some puck by myself. I grew up on a dairy farm in Minnesota. For those of you that have been paying attention, we didn't have any money. Yeah, none, zero, like less than zero. And but we did occasionally get to go skate on an actual pond in Minnesota. So we had I would hardly call it idyllic setting because it was usually literally had cows walking around us while we were trying to skate, and I don't know. I wouldn't change my youth for anything, but it was at times very non-conventional. It wasn't your typical childhood. Anyway, so I just got back from Florida, and boy, was that nice. And wow, nice. And I was at a workshop for my real estate business. It wasn't specific to real estate, but I was with a gentleman named Dean Jackson. He's just brilliant, and just helping us with marketing, being better marketers, and being more effective. It was awesome. And I will tell you, my last video I talked about how I had I believe it was strep throat. I never got tested, but this infection. And I did a couple things. I took a hydrogen peroxide, food grade, 3% hydrogen peroxide. I had a dropper with me because I was taking it, I was ingesting it a certain amount. I bought the book, The 1 Minute Cure, 1 Minute Miracle Cure. Dang it, I forgot the name of that book. Anyway, but basically talks about hydrogen peroxide and how you should take it for your body and stuff. So I've been trying it. Well, I put some of that on this side of my mouth, like down here where I felt like an infection, the strep, and I put like 10 drops of that, and I drank it with distilled water. And then I just, I thought like really healing types of thoughts and stuff. And I talked my lymph glands or node or whatever was like a tennis ball one morning, and it slowly shrunk throughout the 3 days. So by this morning, it's gone. And I'm back home, and I feel great. And I'm totally convinced that we can influence our healing by our mindset and our focus and stuff. And so I would tap on the spot here, just kind of remind my body, hey, this is where we got to be fixing. Like it already knew. It's like I probably had no part at all in this, but I believe I influenced it and had the right attitude. So anyway, so that's what happened. I'm back today, trying to decompress and regurgitate everything I learned from this workshop. And it cost me some money, and it cost me some time away from my family, but it was worth every penny. And I'll tell you, Dean Jackson, just a great human being. But more than that, he was awesome, but I met some just awesome people. Greg, John, Brett, Jose, who am I leaving out? Stuart. Oh my gosh, one more person, and I am looking at you right now, Jeff. And I will tell you, these are some of the nicest, coolest people I ever met. So if I'm gonna be stuck in somewhere, maybe it could be Florida this time of year, of course. I got some good sunlight, which is good. I walked outside as much as I could and got the vitamin D and stuff. And the fresh air, and I did some deep breathing exercises to, get oxygen in my body. But just being around positive, good people, and I learned something from each of these people and their stories, which was incredible. And I'm taking that back here. Got some really meaningful small gifts from my family. And oh yeah, Greg, when you're watching this, you son of a bitch, you gave us this little Cavella Cavella Horse Boots is his company, and he gave us this little pocket knife, this Swiss Army knife. And of course, I leave it in my backpack. I get stopped in security, and cost me like 25 minutes of my life. And they pull out this pocket knife, this Swiss Army knife. I'm like, ah. He's like, well, it's $15 if you want to ship it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just ship home the memory, and I'm going to beg Greg for another pocket knife. So anyway, but Greg's shoes, and I'm going to, sorry to call you out, Greg, but shout out to your stepson. Boom. You can call me anytime. Greg's got my number if you want to talk about your situation. I'll tell you what I think. But Greg's company, and Greg, I don't remember your wife's name. She sounds like a wonderful person. They build these boots for horses. And there is a misconception in the horse community that horseshoes are good for the horse's feet, when the reality is horseshoes are bad for the horses, and the horses should be barefoot. So I'm not going to get into that debate today, but I am going to try to build awareness to it. But Greg's company builds the best horse boots in the world, and I got to meet him, so I'm blessed there too. So the rest of you guys, thanks again, John. Looking forward to hearing from you, and obviously Brett, Jose, Stuart will be talking. But point of this video is I am back home. I feel awesome. I not only got sick before I left, I healed on the trip, came back healed, met some awesome people, which have been I believe, were put there for a reason. And I'm just feeling really good today, and I just wanted to share this with everyone. I'm feeling awesome. I hope whatever you guys are dealing with, you fight it head on, and don't think about fighting. Think about, okay, what's happening? Why is this happening? How is it happening? And how do I help my body fight it? All right. And I'll tell you, with my tumor, I do things now. I'm like, I tap right here on my head, just remind my body it's there. And if it's something that, we could aid in healing, we do it. Sounds crazy. If you would put me in a time, play this video to Scott 6 months ago, I would have watched and I would have said, who is this weirdo? What the hell is this guy talking about? How things change, baby. Anyway, all right, I got to roll. I got a busy day at work. I get to, that's what I want to share. I get to go have lunch. I cleared my schedule around the noon hour. One of my boys, Bowden, is student of the week. So I cleared my calendar. Your parents get to have lunch with your student of the week. And I'm going to have lunch with him today. And I said, screw it, I'm going to have lunch with him tomorrow too. So everything, I just moved things around. It wasn't that hard. The old version of me would have probably said, oh no, I got these meetings I got to go to. And the new version of me says, screw that, I'm going to have these moments with my child. I get to see them both today at school, at kindergarten. It's going to be pretty damn awesome. So, boom! Everyone, kick some ass today. I'm rooting for all of you. And, if there's a few of you who've reached out to me, definitely keep doing that. I'll tell you what I think. All right? I'm out of here.